When the new Quantum Leap TV series was announced, longtime fans of the beloved science fiction show that ran from 1989 to 1993 figured it was a no-brainer that Scott Bakula would be returning to play the lead character Dr. Sam Beckett. The story was never finished, and both Bakula and creator Donald P. Bellisario had been trying to continue the series for years. And the timing couldn't be more perfect. Bakula is coming off his long-time stint with NCIS New Orleans, and no other projects in the works. And with Dr. Beckett still leaping through time after almost 30 years, fans were incredibly eager to see him finally make it home. It was reported that Bakula was not yet attached to reprise his role, but was aware of the reboot and was in talks about getting involved. When the casting sheet came out without Dr. Beckett in the lineup, eyebrows began to raise, and murmurs of concern began flowing through social media. But certainly there were reasons. I mean, he had to be in the show, right? And then on March 16th, the bad news arrived. Headlines proclaiming Scott Bakula to star in NBC drama pilot Unbroken. The star of Quantum Leap? The man who drove that series to success was now available and still at the top of his game, and he was starring in a totally different pilot opposite Quantum Leap, but on the same network? How could this happen?
Right, it's like, are we finally allowed to say that woke culture has gone a little bit too far?
Initial reports revealed that Bakula was executive producing this new series and had possibly chosen to do Unbroken, which is a TV series in the vein of the popular Yellowstone modern-day Western created by Paramount, perhaps as a passion project. But those initial reports were false. What we learned from someone inside the Bakula camp shocked us and would change everything we understood about the new Quantum Leap TV series, so you don't want to miss this episode. And make sure you stay tuned to the end to see how to get this awesome throwback Quantum Leap inspired graphic design from the amazing artists at mixtees.com. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so now. And give us a thumbs up if you want more news about your favorite shows. Also, click the notification bell to never miss an episode.
I knew it all along.
When Quantum Leap went off the air in 1993 without accomplishing its mission of bringing Dr. Beckett home, fans figured Bakula was young and perhaps the series would return someday. 30 years later, it's finally happening. Bellisario, who created the show and is behind the current revival, had wanted to bring the show back sooner, but it was tied up over rights issues with his ex-wife. For years, in various interviews, he discussed bringing the show back with Bakula and Dean Stockwell, who played Al. The new series was announced only 4 months after Stockwell passed away, and while the fans wanted Sam and Al back together again, it just came a little too late. But with Bakula healthy and still at the top of his acting game, it would only benefit the new series to bring him back to his role, even if it meant surrounding him with new characters. Knowing this, why wouldn't NBC Universal back the money dump truck to Bakula and cash in on the fan nostalgia that runs rapid through the warring streaming services? There is no good reason.
Should we recast?
The Peacock streaming service has a lot of content, but very little new science fiction and nothing recognizable. Quantum Leap could be a flagship series with Bakula at the helm again. Is it possible NBC Universal has an agenda? The answer may surprise you. And the real surprise is what NBC told Bakula. But let's get to that in a moment. First, a quick message from our sponsor. Theorizing that one could time travel within their own brainstorm session, the amazing artists at mixtees.com stepped inside their nerdy couture website and vanished. They woke to find themselves trapped in an office dangerously low on energy drinks and snacks, facing incredible designs that were once their own, but driven by an unknown force to make the best damn Quantum Leap design ever made and change history for the better. Your guide on this journey is the Popcast, and their code will give you 20% off your purchase at checkout. And so the artists who created this amazing design would like you to click the link in the description below, hoping your next leap will be the leap to mixtees.com.
Oh boy. 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 Oh boy.
As shocking as it was to learn that Bakula was not going to be in Quantum Leap, the real bombshell came when we spoke to someone inside his camp. NBC Universal never responded to official queries for answers of why Bakula was starring in a new pilot opposite of his legacy series Quantum Leap. With no comment coming from the studio, it wasn't until we reached out to Bakula's longtime publicist Jay Schwartz, who was able to offer some insight into why Bakula would choose to do anything other than Quantum Leap. And according to Schwartz, Bakula did not choose anything over Quantum Leap. Bakula wanted to do Quantum Leap for years. He loved the show and very much wanted to reprise his role when the opportunity to play Sam Beckett came up again. He was very interested, his publicist insisted. The problem, however, is that NBC wasn't. Schwartz confirmed that Bakula and NBC Universal were in talks for him to do Quantum Leap, but NBC chose to go another direction. Schwartz wasn't able to provide specifics on why NBC Universal wanted to go another direction, nor the specifics on what was discussed, but he was firm that Scott Bakula wanted to do the show, but NBC had other ideas. As a result, Bakula took the opportunity to executive produce the new Unbroken TV show that will showcase him as a retired saddle bronc rodeo champion who is desperate to hold on to the California ranch that has been in his family for generations. This is a far cry for fans who wanted to see him once again as Sam Beckett, but you can hardly hold Bakula accountable if the choice was out of his hands. So why would NBC choose to go another direction? We know it's not the money. Bakula's new pilot is also on the Peacock streaming service, so they are paying for his talents either way. The answer may lie in the casting for the new Quantum Leap show. It's obvious that the new Quantum Leap is expected to target younger audiences who studios like NBC Universal are convinced want completely diverse casts that don't include actors in Scott Bakula's demographic.
Is there even time to bring in a new actor?
The original cast sheet called for a Middle Eastern, North African, or Asian American Pacific Islander main character, a female project lead, a female head of security, a non-binary chief architect, and a black male Vietnam veteran who is the head of the Quantum Leap program. Those roles have now been cast with talented actors like Raymond Lee, Ernie Hudson of Ghostbusters fame, Caitlin Bassett, Nanrisa Lee, and Mason Alexander Park. But it's important to note that no Scott Bakula types were wanted. Instead, NBC Universal is entirely happy to have Bakula on a show with Yellowstone undertones that might better attract viewers that fit into a Bakula category. And with Yellowstone likely leaving Peacock soon now that Paramount Plus is up and running strong, NBC may have wanted its own modern-day Western to keep fans on their streaming platform. The studio needs to come out with some sort of explanation as to why Quantum Leap fans of the 80s and 90s, who are now in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, aren't important enough to be the target market for their Quantum Leap continuation series. The character of Dr. Sam Beckett will be talked about, learned about, and even searched for during this new show. But the actor who played him will be fighting for dreams in a totally different non-science fiction series, and we bet he doesn't say "oh boy" even once.
Oh boy, what?
It would be easy to point the finger at politics and claim NBC Universal is a studio grasping at woke straws in the hopes of future woke dollars, as younger generations are rapidly moving into the workforce and choosing which streaming services they want to spend their money on. As joint venture owners of Saturday Night Live with Lorne Michaels, even NBC would have a hard time denying SNL has become a political asset of the woke generations. And the recent highly controversial NBC doctored photo of transgendered athlete Leah Thomas, which was changed to give the swimmer a softer, more feminine appearance, has left some to wonder if NBC is taking sides in a country that is becoming more divided by the day. Although NBC's recent big business sitcom American Auto did take on woke companies as they seemed to skewer all sides in an episode where the fictional auto company tortured themselves about being more inclusive of the LGBTQIA community.
Is it really going to be worth it to spend probably 7 figures just so we can appease the woke mob?
While we may not understand why NBC Universal made this decision, nor what their motivations are, as Quantum Leap fans, we can all agree that this was a terrible decision. And Quantum Leap without Scott Bakula is, well, not Quantum Leap. At least not for fans who remember and love a show that taught us character, empathy, fairness, and love, and was more concerned about the story than checking a bunch of social boxes.
Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to say that just yet.
Absolutely not then, let's not say that, carry on.
Is there even time to bring in a new actor?
Hopefully NBC Universal will eventually share why they made this terrible decision.
I'm retarded?
And in the meantime, we can show our love and support for Scott Bakula and recognize that he did everything he could to bring Dr. Sam Beckett back to life. Perhaps if the new Quantum Leap series doesn't do well, NBC might reconsider and do the right thing while they still can. What do you think? Are you disappointed Scott Bakula won't be in the new Quantum Leap? Do you think NBC Universal owes an explanation to the fans? Will you support Scott's new show, or is it not your cup of tea? Are you excited for the new Quantum Leap anyways? Let's talk about it in the comments below.
It already has like 1 million views.
I hate teenage girls.
Hungry for more current pop culture news? Then make sure you head over and subscribe to the Popcast Unleashed for daily content. Hear us talk about all of your favorite things. Click on the link in the description below. Until next time.
Ziggy, if you hear me, take me far, far from here. Let me leap to 89, that was a better year.
Don't want the show to end? Become a Popcast member by hitting the join button to get exclusive content including special member live streams, Discord privileges, behind the scenes access, and so much more. Click join and let's hang out.